Good evening, hello and welcome. You're with the news today, Monday night. This is your destination for news, newsmakers, talking points. Tonight we have a special. Someone who could well be the face of the unfolding tragedy in Manipur. Tortured, left to die. Only he isn't just an anonymous Manipuri. He is a three-time MLA. Belongs to the ruling BJP. Tonight the story of Vungzagin Valte. A story that will shock you, the trauma of Manipur. Up close and personal. That's coming up in a moment. But first, the 9 headlines at 9. Parliament washed out for a third day as opposition and BJP lock horns over Manipur violence. Home Minister Amit Shah says ready to discuss the issue. Opposition says Prime Minister Modi must speak first. Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh suspended from the Rajya Sabha for the rest of the Parliament monsoon session for alleged unruly behaviour towards the chair. AAP and opposition cry foul, claim Singh suspended for speaking the truth on Manipur. A shot in the arm for the Aam Aadmi Party in its fight against the centre over the Delhi ordinance. The BRS announces it will back up vote against the ordinance in Parliament. Sacked Rajasthan Minister Rajendra Gudda, marshalled out of the assembly, claims his red diary with incriminating evidence against the Gehlot government was snatched. BJP says red diary proof of Congress's black deeds. Big relief for the Muslim side in the Gyanvapi battle. Supreme Court orders 2-day stay on ASI's mosque survey. Muslim side given enough time to move High Court. Centre to bring in amendments to the Jammu and Kashmir reorganisation bill proposes reservation of 2 assembly seats for Kashmiri Pandits, 1 assembly seats for displaced POK residents. Row over Bhagavad Gita sex scene in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer film. Information Minister Anurag Thakur, miffed at censor board note, demands deletion of objectionable scene. Elon Musk rolls out now a new logo as Twitter rebrands itself. Its iconic blue bird logo replaced by an X. Russia-Ukraine war rages on. Drone strikes in Moscow hit multiple buildings near the Russian military intelligence headquarters. Russia claims multiple other attacks thwarted, holds Ukraine responsible.
Even the doctor has told that as a human being, he feels that to be beaten up someone like this, he feels horrible.
In the emergency room, my husband and his driver was lying down. Until today, I can't stop my tears.
Meet Vungzagin Valte, BJP MLA and advisor to Manipur CM Biren Singh. A powerful position that would normally ensure safety and security. The leader, who hails from the Kuki community, was attacked on May 4th after he left the CM's office in Imphal. The mob tortured Valte and his driver, while they let off his personal security officer, a Meitei. The driver lost his life. Valte was airlifted to Delhi, where he spent many weeks in the ICU of a private hospital. Today, his life is saved, but he is confined to the bed.
I have seen somewhere.
On TV I sometimes come. How are you feeling?
My feeling is very good.
Is better? You're feeling better?
Yeah.
Your wife is looking after you very well or not?
Yeah.
So he has to do physiotherapy.
Yeah. Every day, physiotherapy.
You will get better soon, sir. You will get better.
Is it?
Yes, of course you will get better, sir. Of course you will get better. You want to go and meet your constituents? You want to go now and meet your people?
Yeah, I want to meet my current people.
You will meet your people, sir. You will meet your people, sir. Don't worry. Sir. Get better, sir. You will get better.
Thank you.
You will get better, sir.
Thank you.
You'll be fine, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Fine.
I'm sure.
We hope, yeah.
The lady,
Sir, I'm not going to trouble you. You take care of yourself, okay? Thank you, ma'am. You take care.
thank you for the thing you have placed.
It's very beautiful.
You won't have to suffer, sir. You'll be better. They're looking after you well. I will come when he's better. You please call me.
Okay, sir.
Manipur will get better. It's a beautiful land. Every Indian is with you. Every Indian. Trust me, sir. Every Indian is with you. Okay. God bless you, sir. Hello and welcome to this India Today special. There have been many tragic stories that the violence in Manipur has thrown up. One of the more traumatic and poignant stories is that of a BJP MLA, Vungzagin Valte, three-time BJP MLA, who for the last 2 months has been battling serious injuries, skull injuries that he suffered during the violence that took place in Manipur on the 3rd and 4th of May. Finally, after more than 2 months at the Apollo Hospital in the national capital, he has been discharged, but his condition is still very critical. I'm joined today by two very special guests. Joining me now are Moinu Valte, wife of Vungzagin, and his son, Joseph Valte. Thank you both very much for joining me. This can't be an easy time, ma'am, for you. Just tell me what the last 2 months have been like for you. When you first heard that your husband had been beaten up, an MLA close to the chief minister is beaten up in Imphal almost to death. His driver dies and the PSO escapes. What was your first thought when you heard about this?
I was shocked at that day when I heard the news. I went and rushed to RIMS Hospital emergency to see my husband and his driver when I heard the news. And I directly went with our vehicle, with our driver. And then when we enter in the emergency, I saw my husband and his driver. They were in unconscious, both of them. I can't see them till today. My tears can't stop. And his driver also died after 2 days after we went back, we went here with my husband and my son David and Joseph. And at that day, at around in the evening, my son told me the doctor advised us to carry outside. So the doctor said that you can carry your husband. Still, he is unconscious, but it can be done treatment in other state. And then we told them to bring here in Apollo Hospital. And then the driver, we asked the doctor the same thing. We want to brought our driver also. We told to the doctor, but the doctor said that, sorry ma'am, he was in critical condition. We will not be able to carry him. He is critical condition now. Then after that, I request them to the private hospital to for the treatment. Then they told me, you please, sorry, his condition is very, very critical. We cannot lift up his head also, he said. Then they beat him in his head, no? And the mob, they bring iron bar, stick, and they beat him. My husband also, they beat him, and the driver also, they beat him in his head. And after 2 days, the driver was no more.
I want to tell our viewers that the driver, Thangulal, was beaten like the MLA. Both belong to the Kuki Zomi tribe. The PSO was a Meitei. He was allowed to go. And the mob, not too far away from the Chief Minister's residence in Imphal, 3 to 4 kilometers, beats up a 3-time MLA who, as I said, has been battling for his life with skull injuries. I just want to understand, your father is an MLA. So he's an important person, and he, handles tribal affairs for the Chief Minister. Did you talk to the Chief Minister and tell him, what is happening here? My husband has been virtually beaten to death. The driver has died. What was told to you by the Chief Minister or the people in government? What did they say?
When my mom was hospitalized in Apollo Hospital, I think he just called once to my mom. And my mom will better know about this.
The Chief Minister called you once?
Yeah, when we reached here, after 2 days, I was also in hospital, hospitalized. I was tension shock, and then I was in semi-ICU. And then after that, when I was in general ward, CM called me. He said to me, Madam, don't worry. He said to me.
Since then, has he ever called you?
No.
So for the last 2 months,
last 2 months, once.
No BJP leader has come to your house to call on you, to ask you how is your husband?
In the hospital, from the notice, BJP member came and visit my husband in the deluxe. And then after that, when I was in the hospital, from Manipur, education minister, I forgot his name.
Anybody from Delhi has... Basanta Singh.
And BJP president, Madam, both of them came and visit.
Anyone from Delhi has come?
When my dad was
Home minister.
Hospitalized in Apollo, one union minister had visited us, donor minister Reddy. I think he's the first and the last who has visited my dad.
First and your last. You said he was hit by iron rods. Do we know who the attackers were? Because the FIR says unknown persons. Do we know who those people were? Have they been identified? Has anyone been arrested?
No, not yet.
No one has been arrested?
No, not yet. And according to the information I got from our PSO, I have asked our PSO regarding the incident of that day. And the PSO have informed me that on the way back home after the meeting with the CM, they were stopped by a mob. But exactly my father was not beaten up by the mob. He was beaten up by the black wearing guy. What did they call that? Some kinds of militant Aramba Tengol.
So your father was beaten up, according to the PSO, by someone wearing black, which was the Arambai Tengol, which is this local militia, Meiteis, owing allegiance in a way to Chief Minister Biren Singh, because they were all dressed in black, right? Number of other instances have also come of Arambal Tengol being involved in such attacks. But have any names come out? Who were the actual people who did it?
No, not yet.
So we still don't know. 2 months later, those people are still probably somewhere in Imphal who attacked your husband.
We are hoping, we have requests to the central government, and as well my dead colleagues out of 10 MLAs, along with 9 MLAs have requested the central government and to Amit Shah that my death condition should be taken up by CBI. But till today, we doesn't have any news about is the case is taken up or not. We doesn't have the news about.
Did you try and speak to any of the police, the Manipur police, the DG of police in Manipur, the commissioner in Imphal? An MLA has been attacked in the heart of the city. Did you try, ma'am?
They know everything, but they didn't work.
They know everything.
Yeah, they know everything. All the commandos also, they know everything.
They know who are.
They know everything.
They know
the
who
mob are going here and there, searching for the tribals, like animal, like lion, deer, bear. No, very fearful. Many of them are going here and there. The mob.
What kind of injuries did he suffer when you went to the hospital? Is it in the brain, skull injury? Because he seems in very bad condition, barely able to move.
My husband?
Yes.
Yeah, now he's able to move.
Finally, he's able to move a little.
Yeah, but this side, they did it electric shock or so.
They did electric shocks?
Yeah, and that's why left side is.
First, the mob has held up my dad. The mob doesn't beat up my dad. They has held up my dad in one temple or I heard like that. And when the Rambai Tangle, when they arrive at the spot, they have brought my dad and first they blindfold my dad and they have brought him to one of the community hall near there. And after that, they have started giving him electric shock first. And after giving him electric shock, and when my dad was feeling unconscious, and they have started beating him up.
They gave your father, a 3-time MLA, advisor to the Chief Minister on Tribal Affairs, electric shocks.
Yes.
Was there nobody there to protect him? Nobody raised an alarm?
Only his personal security officer, only one is there.
And that,
He ran away.
Yeah, the Rambai Tangle told to the PSO that if you want to live for your life, you should run away. So there is no other option for the PSO. So he ran away from the spot and he went to the police station nearby. So when he went to the police station nearby, there is no one to help him.
He went to the police station, none of the police were willing to come to the spot.
No one, yes.
Have you tried to meet the Home Minister or the Prime Minister or someone and say, this is your MLA who's been attacked in this manner? Have you tried, ma'am, to meet anybody?
When the Union Minister came to hospital, I asked him, I want to meet Prime Minister also face to face. I said to him. Then he said that, I'll give you. He said that I'll give you time. He said, but till today he did not.
One thing, we have given memorandum in my mom's name to BJP President and Prime Minister as well to the President of India. But till today we doesn't get any answer from them.
You've given these memorandums?
Yes, we have given the memorandum.
A lot of the Kuki MLAs have come, Kuki Zomi MLAs have come to Delhi also to speak to the government. They claim that they haven't got an audience as yet. Ma'am, when you see what's happening, a video has come out of what happened on the 3rd, 4th of May, women who were paraded naked in a village. And there are more and more stories coming out about violence.
The same day, on that also the 4th.
Do you feel as if an entire community has been targeted? Because the Meiteis claim even Meiteis have been attacked in Churachandpur. So they claim that there have been attacks on Meiteis. Kuki Zomis are claiming there have been attacks on communities. When you see that video of girls being paraded naked, what did you think? What did you feel? Anger?
Anger, it's terrible, no? It's not human act. It's like animal's act, no? Roaming here and there.
Is it true that you come from Churachandpur? Is it true that Meiteis have been also attacked in Churachandpur?
I don't heard that news that they have been attacked.
But they have all left their houses.
They all left their house, but no one is attacked to their body.
From Chulchandpur, all the Meiteis, they let them went back to Imphal safely. They didn't beat anyone. They didn't attack anyone. Till today, some of their Meiteis are also there in Chulchandpur. They live safely with our tribes.
You lived in Imphal. You were an MLA's wife, you are an MLA's son, you lived in. Will you go back to Imphal now? Will you be able to live in Imphal? Or do you want a separate administration and live in Kuki Zomi areas of Churachandpur? Do you want to live in Imphal or you cannot live in Imphal anymore?
If we could live, we want to live.
In Imphal?
Yeah, but we feel so sorry that they have done this ethnic cleansing of our Zomi Kuki. So it's impossible for us to live with them right now. So there is no other option for us, even if we want to live with them. They have knocked out us from them. So there is no other option for us. So the only option is separate administration for us right now.
You want to live now separately in Churachandpur. You can't live in Imphal anymore, ma'am?
Yeah, in Lamka. Not in
Lamka,
Churachandpur.
what you call Lamka.
Lamka is our state.
You want a separate state administration?
Yes, sir. Really, we want to have separate administration. If not, how can we live with them? Before we live happily together in Imphal, no?
You had Meitei friends?
Why not?
You had many.
From 1988, we are living there. Before, my husband was serving in State Bank of India. At that time, we are living there in Imphal. My children are also born in Dreams Hospital in Imphal. All are born there. 3 of them. I have 1 daughter, 2 sons. All are born in Imphal. We are living together with Manipuri Meiteis. We are like one family. We live together happily.
Now?
Now, what happened? They jealous us with the tribals. We are buying land and build a house, but they jealous us. They looted our house, they taken all our furniture, everything, and they spoil all the glasses. Some are they fire, no? They burn. They burn the houses.
Your husband was in State Bank?
Yeah, before,
Then
about 27 years. After that, he
joined politics?
He took VRS, volunteer pension, he took, and then he joined politics 43 times.
Do you regret that he joined politics? That should he have just stayed away from all of this?
Before, I did not allow him to join politics, really.
You did not want him to join politics?
I don't like. No. But he was, his blood,
He wanted to serve people.
Yeah, he wanted to serve for the people, for our people, for the people. No? And that's why he was sacrificed.
When you hear the Chief Minister use words against the Kuki Zomi tribals, that many of them are involved in drug trade, that they are illegal. You hear people talking in the Meiteis are saying that many of them are illegal immigrants. There is a Myanmar connection. How do you feel? I mean, these are people you said were your friends. The Meiteis are your friends. You all lived in the same land. You all shared, you must have lived together. Today, do you feel, have you given up hope or are you still ready to fight? Have you given up hope, ma'am?
Oh, many are died, no? Our people are died.
Your
no.
neighbors, you know people who have died?
Yeah, why not? Many are died.
Your driver's family, what happened?
Also
Are you
died.
going to look after your driver's family?
One of my friend and his son also died. They killed him on the day of my husband's, on the 4th day, no? They are searching for safety with his son and his daughter-in-law on the road. They stopped them and they beat on the road and both of them were died.
And your driver's family in Churachandpur or Lamka? Who will protect? I mean, are you going to look after them?
Yes, we have to look after them.
You will look after them.
Yeah. They have 2 children.
They also, your driver had 2 children.
Yeah. Very small.
And
1 boy and 1 girl.
that the question that you have asked to my mom, that one, that these scars, this incident scars has gone too far right now. Even if we have imposed, right now, if there is a president rule in Manipur, so it will be the temporary solution for the time being. But the scars has gone too far. So if there is no proper solution right now, I don't think it will be healed. It won't be able to heal now. So
What is the solution? What is the solution?
separate administration is only the
Separate
simple solution.
administration is the only solution?
Yeah, even if we don't want that separate administration, our neighboring Meitei, they have already separated us emotionally, socially, and physically. Even if we don't want to be separated from them, they have already separated us now.
Do you have a message for the Chief Minister who was close to your father, who your father knew well? What is your message to Biren Singh?
There is no message.
There is no message.
No message. And his friends, his colleague, all the other cabinet minister, MLAs, no message from them.
What
Do you have a message for them? Do you want to say something? If you met the Chief Minister today, what would you tell him? What would you tell Biren Singh?
I want to tell him down, down, down. Everything.
You have no faith left in him.
Yeah.
What I hope is that from our Chief Minister that his colleagues and his advisor has been suffering till now. So till now that even till today it's been more than 2 months that my dad has been suffering. So till now we doesn't get any statement from him or any kinds of condemnation letter from him that his BJP MLA or his colleagues has been suffering. Till now we doesn't get any statement or any kinds of condemnation from him. So we feel like he doesn't care at all. And it seems like that sometimes I feel like that even from the center side also, like even there is in charge of Manipur from the BJP side. Even till today there is no inquiry from them. So it seems like sometimes like it's like a use and throw policy from them. Whenever a person is in a good health or anything, they use it, and when he doesn't have any strength or anything, it's like a throw policy.
Use and throw. They used your father, and now when he's been beaten up and reduced to this condition, nobody is there for him. What is your message in conclusion, ma'am, to the people of India? Most of them, don't know what happened on the 3rd and 4th of May. Now they've come to know after that video. It required a video of 2 women who were stripped and put on the street for suddenly Parliament, everyone to wake up to what happened in Manipur. The Prime Minister also finally broke his silence. He hadn't spoken about it for 77 days. What is your message to the people of India? What would you like to tell the people of India?
We like to request that for the people of India to pray for Manipur. There should be a better solution in the coming up soon. And I hope that even the PM should also intervene more on this instead of going to more on the foreign and all. Even it's like a husband has been divorced with his wife. Right now, we with Meitei. So there is no other option like to be in marriage again with them. So we want their help in better to fight for our rights to the people of India. we want their help, and we request to the people of India to help us in every ways, possible ways, because we, the cookie zombies, never lies. We are going on our fact. So, if suppose sometimes when I think, if this incident has been happening to the Meitei's MLA, what will be the drama and the consequence? What will be the drama and consequence of this wife and son's drama they will play in the media? But we doesn't like to play the drama at all. We want that the facts should come out from us, and we want that the facts should come out, and we want all the people of India to know about the fact of Manipur.
I want you to know that Joseph studied in Delhi University. You have Meitei friends also.
Yes, yes.
You had Meitei friends when you were here. I also want to tell our viewers, we are in a small rented flat where they are hoping that they can get a speedy recovery and hoping that Vungzagin gets better sooner rather than later. You're hoping for the day. What happens when he's fully well? Where are you going to take him? Are you going to go on a holiday? What will you do?
I asked him, no, when you recover, where shall we go? I
You go
asked
to
my
Goa?
husband. No.
Where will you go when he recovers?
My husband, when you recover, where shall we go? I said, we'll go to our Kendra, Talon constituency.
You'll go back to the
and
constituency.
then we'll go back to Lamka in our land, he said to me. He answered me like, I want to visit my Kendra soon, he said to
He
me.
wants to go back to his constituency.
Yeah.
So Vungzagin wants to go back to his constituency. He wants to be with his
I
people.
want to visit my people in my Kendra, my constituency, he said to me. Yes, when you recover, we'll go back to our land.
I've seen a smile on your face. After 20 minutes, I'm seeing the first smile on your face when you said that you will take your husband back to his constituency.
Yeah. I'm eagerly waiting for my husband's recovery. Before he never ill, no, he never slept in the bed when he was in State Bank of India. He never take one day or so he never take leave. No holiday. Yeah, no holiday. He never take a leave.
Now take a...
But now only he was in a bed lying. No? I can't see him. That's why. Very painful. During his in the State Bank of India, about 27 years. He never take leave a day or so. He was working very hard from morning till morning. He went to the office 6 and then came back in the morning 2, 3. And at the time also he was very active in the State Bank of India. He got Chairman's Club, the first he got first position in State Bank of India, all India. Then both of us went to Bombay 2 times for taking award. And then after that, the Chairman's Club gave us free tour, Malaysia and Singapore with my 2 sons and my daughter. 5 of us went to Malaysia and Singapore for free tour. My husband worked very hard in everything till today. When he joined in this politics also, he never sit at home freely. He went in the office from morning till night. He worked hard very much.
Ma'am, I hope that those happy days return. I hope one day that your husband is well enough to take you maybe one day on another holiday, a family holiday.
We hope.
And I hope that the violence in Manipur ends sooner rather than later, and that hopefully Kuki Zomis and Meiteis can hopefully live together, because I'm sure that's what God would want, that at the end of the day, we are all Indians. And I just hope that we can live peacefully as Indians. Ma'am, I want you to know that you're not alone. There are millions of people who will share what you said today. And I hope that one day peace returns, ma'am. And the smile comes back. You have a lovely smile, ma'am. You must smile more often. Joseph, ma'am, thank you very much. That's a special interview that we had here today. It's an interview which the Valte family agreed to give us in a way to share the story, not just of theirs, but of many others in Manipur who have suffered enormously in the last few months. Today, think about them and allow their story to awaken your conscience. Thanks for watching. If this happens to an MLA, Vungzagin Valte's story, this is an MLA who, remember, was assaulted in the heart of Imphal on the 4th of May. Think of the ordinary Manipuri. Think of our VVIPs, most of whom haven't even gone to visit Vungzagin. No major minister, just one. Where are our MPs? Our MPs, my friends, are in parliament. Opposition versus government. Opposition wants the government, the Prime Minister, to speak in parliament. The government says the opposition is deliberately preventing parliament from functioning. How does any of that change the life of Vungzagin Valte, I ask you today? Where is the empathy? Where is the accountability for all that has gone in Manipur? Let's tackle that question now. So where is accountability and empathy? A question I keep repeating in the context of Manipur. Joining me now, Aparajita Sarangi, BJP Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha. Appreciate your joining us, Ms. Sarangi. I've spent the evening today almost traumatized with a 3-time sitting MLA, twice elected from the BJP, who is in a rented accommodation in Delhi, paralyzed because he was beaten up, almost left to die in Imphal on the 4th of May. And virtually no one has come to meet him. No senior minister, no MP has come to meet him. He's only now recovering. Where is empathy, ma'am? Surely, even when your own MLAs are targeted, imagine what the ordinary Manipuri must be facing. All I see is whataboutery, no empathy, no accountability, ma'am.
A very good evening. It's very sad to know whatever you have said, and we are all with Honorable MLA. We would be ensuring that we are with him and he should not be facing any problem. But I would also like to kind of, extend this conversation to certain other things. Whatever has happened in Manipur should not have happened. We acknowledge that there has been tremendous harassment of people and violence has been meted out to women. The kind of treatment that was meted out should not have happened. We are aware of that. However, at the outset, with a lot of conviction at my command, I can say that our government, headed by Prime Minister Modi, has put in effort. So I would make an appeal to you and to all those who are listening to us, seeing us on the television. Please do not question the policy, the intentions of Prime Minister Modi's government. We have been working for the
ma'am, I'm sorry to intervene. I have no, ma'am, just a minute. I have no doubt about the intentions of the government to bring peace to Manipur. No doubt about that. But I am talking about two things which are critical for peace. One is empathy. As I said, here is an MLA from your own party who's paralyzed. His driver, as I said, was killed. And there is no one out there to hold his hand. No one has come. The Chief Minister gave one phone call 2 months ago. So empathy missing and accountability. This happened a few kilometers from the Chief Minister's house. And surely someone has to be held accountable. No one has been arrested in his case. I keep saying this is your own MLA. So imagine what would happen to the ordinary Manipuri. No one doubts the Prime Minister's intention to bring peace. But I certainly will question the lack of empathy and accountability.
Situation has been bad in Manipur. We do not say no to that, but I can only say that we are limping back to normalcy very slowly but steadily. And as far as the situation in the last 78, 79 days is concerned, it has been bad. But please don't say that we have not been working hard. We have been working hard. Our Home Minister was there for 3-4 days camping, and then he kind of supervised all the operations himself in association with the Chief Minister of Manipur. And at this juncture also, in fact, whatever questions that are in the minds of the people of the country and also in the minds of the opposition, the government headed by Prime Minister Modi wants to answer those questions and clear all the doubts. The only thing is that we want to speak on the floor of the House in the Parliament, and you have been seeing what's happening in the Parliament. Whatever questions, questions as per your definition uncomfortable, we are ready to answer.
You're saying you're ready to answer all questions inside Parliament, but let's be honest. It took 77 days for the Prime Minister to speak on Manipur. He spoke in a manner where he linked it then with whataboutery to Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. In that period, he has not spoken to your own MLA or his family. They have sent a memorandum to the Prime Minister and Home Minister. They told me today that has not been answered, calling for some kind of support for their idea or what they believe is to be done as a way forward to reach out to the family, but more importantly to the Kuki Zomi community. I just come to this point. It's not about who speaks in Parliament or not. It's about also showing empathy and holding someone accountable. Is the Chief Minister of the state not accountable when his own MLA is assaulted outside, not far away from his residence? You seem to be giving him a free pass.
No, this is indeed a matter of concern. I don't think our government or our Chief Minister there in Manipur would have ignored on purpose. There must have been, some kind of communication gap. We would certainly be looking into it through you, I can only assure Honorable MLA. But at the same time, I must say that, the Prime Minister of the country, Prime Minister Modi, spoke to all of us on 20th of July, just before the commencement of the monsoon session of the Parliament. And he said nobody would be spared. And you can see we have been taking actions all these months. In fact, more than 11, 12,000
surely the Chief Minister, I said, are you giving the Chief Minister of Manipur a free pass? He seems to have played the role of a Meitei leader. Simply because this MLA belonged to Kuki Zomi, he's been left, he was assaulted and left virtually to recover on his own. That's the problem. Your Chief Minister in Manipur has played Meitei identity politics. He must represent all Manipuris.
Not at all. I don't think we should jump to such weird conclusions. See, it's absolutely not that at all. In fact, all Manipuris, whosoever, whichever tribe or whichever sect or subcaste a person may belong to, in fact, the government is trying to restore normalcy there and trying to bring relief to everybody. So I think let's not jump to conclusions. We have all regards for Honorable MLA, and why this has happened. I think it's a matter of inquiry, and this should not have happened. This is one. But at the same time, I must say that the Prime Minister and the state government are all out to ensure that there is normalcy and nobody is spared. The Prime Minister himself said his heart was filled with grief as well as anger. And
after 77 days, your heart is filled with grief. Ma'am, with due regard, his heart is filled with grief and anger, I'm sure, but then he links it to Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, which virtually gives a license to other BJP leaders to say, forget about, don't just look at Manipur, look at other states. This is not the way you deal with a tragedy of this kind. First, the people of Manipur need a helping hand. Bengal, Rajasthan, any other state can be tackled, but first, at the moment, there's a serious crisis in Manipur. Hold the hand of the people of Manipur, including your own MLA.
See, our Home Minister, as I told you earlier, was camping there, and for the past 78 days, about 40 IPS officers have been camping, 40,000 troops have been stationed there. And then when he went there, the Home Minister went there, he talked to all segments of society. He tried to do whatever he could, and he tried to kind of, support the state government in such a manner as they would be able to kind of mete out justice and do whatever the people were required to be, treated with in whatever the treatment or whatever the support that's to be given at this juncture. So I don't think we should doubt the intention. Now the thing is that all the questions need to be answered. There are questions, there would be questions. I said, I reiterate, whatever has happened should not have happened, but the government should be allowed to speak in the parliament. And here is a government which has the courage to say that it wants to answer.
Opposition says the Prime Minister must kickstart the debate.
That you have been seeing for the past 3 days. Why so? I mean, the question is, why so? See, Honorable Amit Shah ji is the Home Minister of the country, and don't forget that he's also in charge of the Department of the Development of Northeastern States. So for that matter, he is the person who is supposed to make a statement on the floor of the House. The opposition must realize this. In fact, opposition should know the parliamentary procedures. I remember there was an incident in the last, I think, the budget session, when certain questions had been answered by Honorable Prime Minister pertaining to the economy of the country, and these people were agitated. They said, where is the finance minister? We want the departmental minister to speak. Now here, let's go through the procedure. The departmental minister wants to speak, and let's see how it goes.
Okay,
there would be questions, there would be cross-questioning, there would be many doubts, and then we would be answering.
So you're saying you're ready for a full... Yeah, but you know, beyond the debate in Parliament, what I hope, and I request you, ma'am, to also show empathy. I can provide the address of where your BJP MLA from Manipur is staying. I hope all the MPs, all of you will go there and at least shed a tear and pray for him. That's all I ask for. That's what the great Mahatma would have done, ma'am.
Please do. I will personally look into it. My all regards for the Honorable MLA. Kindly send the address to me.
Okay. Vungzagin Valte is the MLA who is in, as I said, living in a rented flat at the moment. He's been paralyzed on the left side, and his family says he was given electric shocks. You've seen that story, ma'am. I hope you will ensure that justice is done to him. Those responsible are held guilty. There, without accountability, ma'am, there can be no justice. You've been a former IAS officer. The culprits must be punished. At the moment, it's always unknown persons. Please ensure the culprits are punished. We will keep a track of this case, ma'am. That's all I can promise.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Let's leave it there. Aparajita Sarangi, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Where clearly the Rajasthan Congress is split wide open ahead of the elections, this time on the issue of the sacking from the assembly of a minister who called out his own party over women's safety. Now the former Rajasthan minister Rajendra Singh Guda is on the war path. Today he claimed that he had a diary which would expose the Gehlot government and the corruption under it. Let's take a look at just why a minister or ex-minister has ended up embarrassing the Gehlot government. Take a look.
High drama in the Rajasthan Assembly. Rajendra Singh Guda, a minister till Friday, now an outcast within the Congress, is physically removed from the assembly on Monday by marshals. The MLA broke down outside the assembly after he was forcibly evicted from the house.
देखिए उसमें डायरी में कुछ भी नहीं था, तो इन लोगों को सारे मंत्री मेरे ऊपर पड़ गए थे, मुझे नीचे गिरा लिया गया था, फिर मैं डायरी नहीं दे रहा था, तो उन्होंने मुझे लाते गुस्से मार के, डायरी में कुछ नहीं था तो क्यों निकाल रहे थे? पूरी सरकार उस डायरी के ऊपर टूट के पड़ रही थी, और वो तो दृश्य उन्होंने हटा दिए, वो सारे के सारे। जब उनको जब वो गुंडागर्दी करने लगे हाउस के अंदर मेरे साथ, जिस तरीके से डायरी छीनने के लिए, मैं तो टेबल कर रहा था।
Earlier, when the assembly convened, Guda approached Speaker C.P. Joshi, flashing a red diary, claiming it contained some incriminating proof against Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. This sparked an uproar with BJP MLAs joining Guda in the well.
जब डायरी में कुछ भी नहीं था तो मुख्यमंत्री ने मुझे भेज के और वहाँ क्यों भेजा जब कुछ था ही नहीं तो, और मुख्यमंत्री ने वो मेरी से डायरी मंगाई। उसके बाद में आज सारे मंत्री उस डायरी पर इस तरीके से जैसे भूखे भेड़िए पड़ रहे हैं, वैसे सारे मंत्री और विधायक मेरे ऊपर पड़ गए। कम से कम 30-40 कितने लोग थे, सारे मेरे ऊपर पड़ गए और मुझे जिस तरीके से दबा लिया उन्होंने, और वो डायरी क्यों छीन रहे थे, मैं डायरी को छोड़ना नहीं चाह रहा था।
Claiming that he only wanted the government to take action against increasing rape cases in the state, Gudha said he was being wrongly accused of siding with Gehlot's rivals. For the BJP, Gudha's outburst has become ammunition to target the Gehlot government in the election year.
मुझे तो समझ नहीं आता कि एक लाल रंग की डायरी जिसको लेकर के आज जब राजेंद्र गुढ़ा जी वहां विधानसभा में पहुंचे थे, तब जिस तरह से उनसे डायरी को छीनने के लिए कांग्रेस के नेताओं में होड़ मची थी और जिस तरह से जबरन उनसे डायरी छीन करके फाड़ने की कोशिश की गई, कहीं न कहीं दाल में कुछ लाल है कि नहीं, काला जरूर है।
Gudha was sacked from the Gehlot government on Friday evening, hours after he targeted the state government over law and order in the state.
जाना चाहिए, सच्चाई है कि हम महिलाओं की सुरक्षा में असफल हो गए और ये राजस्थान में जिस तरीके से अत्याचार बढ़े हैं महिलाओं के ऊपर, मणिपुर के बजाय हमें अपने गिरेबान में झांकना।
Gudha's rebellion has embarrassed the Congress, which recently managed to put a lid on the rivalry between Chief Minister Gehlot and his former deputy Sachin Pilot. The Grand Old Party is still stuck in a desert storm. Bureau Report, India Today.
Rajasthan there and the troubles of the Congress. But tonight I want to leave you with these images. Images that should hopefully, as I have kept reiterating tonight, shake our conscience as Indians. BJP MLA Vungzagin Valte has been discharged from hospital, but his story is a story that, in my view, represents the real trauma of Manipur. Someone who was an MLA, three-time MLA in the heart of the city, being assaulted and left virtually paralyzed, his driver killed. Today, as I sat with him, for the first time, he began having some food. For 2 months, he's been in hospital. It's a long struggle for him. The sad truth is, there's been very little empathy. None of, or very few of his colleagues have met him. No senior ministers have visited him, barring 1 or 2. And the fact is, a long struggle lies ahead of him. Someone who spent 27 years in State Bank, then became an MLA, once with the Congress, twice with the BJP. Someone who simply reminds me of what happens when hate and conflict takes over. It destroys lives. I only can hope and pray that Mr. Valte will be back on his feet. More importantly, that those responsible for him are held accountable. People who have resorted to violence of this kind must be booked. It cannot be unknown persons. Whether a woman is stripped in a village or whether someone is targeted in this manner, those responsible must be held guilty. Empathy and accountability must be the 2 words as we wish Mr. Valte and his family a speedy recovery. Think about it, go to sleep tonight and say a silent prayer for the people of Manipur. Cry for Manipur, pray for its people. Thanks for watching. You stay well, stay safe. Good night. Shubh Ratri. Jai Hind. Namaskar.